These instructions go along with the books that do not have words, and those are going to be the boy, dog, and frog books. When you go about gathering your narrative sample for these books, you're going to want to have a copy of the book. You can either purchase those through Amazon or you may request them from the library as they're a resource that's listed. And then you want to carefully select the story that you would like to use. To know which grade level has normative data, if you go to the Google Drive folder, and see which samples are listed in each grade level folder, that will tell you the books that will have data to compare your student to. The next step is to access the audio recording, or you can use the transcript. So if you go to the website for the SOLT software that's on this page, you can access the recording so that you can either download it or you can play it straight from that website. All of the audio recordings are available to you, and there are a number of them that are available in English and Spanish. So if you're doing evaluation of a Spanish-speaking student, you might want to consider utilizing these resources as well. The next step that you need to have thought about is how you're going to record your sample. Because this is going to be an audio sample, if you choose to submit it to the West Virginia SLP Resource Library, you're going to need to have a digital recording. You can do this on an iPad or a digital recorder. There are free apps such as the voice recorder app that are available and work fine for language sampling activities as far as quality, and the microphones in the devices are typically of a good enough quality for us to be able to transcribe language samples, and in most cases even observe voice or articulation. You do need to speak with either your special education director or your lead SLP to find out what your county's recommendations or requirements are when recording students, and follow those guidelines. This will vary from county to county. When you go to record, it's best to introduce the sample, and if possible, either when you go to upload, you're going to provide this information, or you can add it to the recording. But it's good for us to have the data, the sample, the student's initials, and the age of the student in years and months, but please no date of birth. As that's identifying information, and it's our preference that you try to avoid using the student's name as much as possible. You may choose to pause the sample while the story is read or played on the audio recording, or you can keep the recorder running throughout this entire process. If you do pause the recording while the model is being read to the student, please remember to restart the recording so that we get the student's retell. And then once the student has completed the task, you'll stop the recording. The next thing to consider as you do this is to make sure that you're sitting across or beside the student, and then keep the recorder fairly close to him or her, but we obviously don't want them playing with it. If they tend to fidget with things, you may want to keep it out of hand's reach, but because that can disturb the quality of the recording. Typically these take about 2 minutes for the instructions, 5 to 6 minutes to play the audio or read the book, and then most students will not tell a retell that's more than 4 minutes, and most of them are about 2 minutes. So it's usually about 12 minutes from beginning to end. Once you've completed your recording, it'll be time to upload the audio file. You can do this on the sample, and there is another recording that takes you through the steps of uploading an audio file, or if you had a written sample, you could upload that as well. So please feel free to go to that for more detailed information on how to upload your audio file.